joined at the media center now by Greg Anderson, who drove to the #1 qualifying position in Pro Stock in his Summit Racing Equipment Chevy Camaro with his 6.585 at 209.62. It's your 81st #1 qualifier of your career. How special is that, and how important is it for you to get off to a hot start here?
Well, it feels great. When you come to the Winter Nationals, and the same thing happens every winter, when you don't have major rule changes, you're scared to death. What has the competition done over the winter? What kind of gains has everybody made? So this year, incredibly scared, incredibly worried, not knowing where everybody was going to be at when we come to Pomona. It's been a huge challenge to change over. I don't really think anybody in the entire class has really got any prior knowledge with fuel injection. So it's been a learning curve for everybody right from ground up, and a very steep one. And I mean to tell you, the first time we put a motor on the dyno was pretty ugly. It was pretty depressing. So to be where we're at right now versus that day, I think about 2 months ago, we've come a long, long way. We've learned a lot, and I couldn't be prouder of the guys around me. It's just been a great team effort back at KB Racing, and a lot of help outside the building also. So feel fantastic, and I knew when they changed the rules like that. I don't remember. I came up here, I think, 3 months ago on Saturday night after qualifying #1, and I might have shed a tear or two knowing that was the end of carburetors. But right now I'm able to forget about it. I'm able to move forward and move on and embrace the new challenge and learn to like EFI. So I can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm learning to like it.
Was there a part of you that when you hated it so badly wanted to actually like it?
Yeah, it's I don't know how to explain it, Bobby. I'm from Minnesota. I'm a stubborn person. I don't like change, I guess, and it's major change. So especially at the age I'm at, and a lot of the guys, Jason also, we're not spring chickens anymore. So to completely change our world like that, rock our world, it was a shock. But I think finally we came to grips with it. We had a great trip overseas to Kuwait and visited the troops, and I think that really helped get Jason and my mind straight about what we had to do when we got back home. So I feel fantastic about the whole team, the progress we've made, and to qualify 1, 2, 3 with our 3 KB Racing teams. That's quite an accomplishment. I don't know that we've ever done that. I don't know that we've ever done that as a team. So it's quite a feather in the hat, and I'm a lucky man to be behind the wheel of one of these fast hot rods. They're great to drive. These Summit Chevys are a dream to drive right now. The cars probably are friendlier to drive than they used to be. It's a little bit less RPM, and it seems, if I look in the past, that if we were to have trouble with tire shake or whatever, it always happened that last 400 or 500 RPM of the range. That's where all the stuff broke loose. So we don't have to deal with that right now. They're a little bit safer to drive. They're a little bit easier to tune, I think. And that's because of that. I think when you fast forward 3 months or 4 months or whatever, the competition to be tighter than it's ever been in Pro Stock. And we knew that probably it spread out a little bit when we got here to Pomona, but a couple, 3 months down the road, it'll be tighter than ever. And everybody's going to learn more as we go forward. And we're certainly nowhere near calling ourselves fuel injection experts right now, but maybe 6 months down the road, we'll feel we know a little bit more about it.
What would it mean to you to win the first EFI? And before you answer the question, Frankie Iaconio in 1982 won the first 500-inch. You know what kind of car he was driving?
Camaro, wasn't it? I do. I remember that day. I do. And Frankie came in here with low expectations. I remember that also. So he shocked the world then. And, I don't know what to think about it, but I can guarantee you a lot of our competition, because of the RPM range we used to run our engines at and the major change it was going to be for us versus the rest of the class. It's not a big secret. We ran our stuff higher RPM than most. They kind of probably snickered and said, well, KB's probably going to be behind the 8 ball for a while trying to make that changeover. So feel extra proud of the job these guys have done, and just goes to show you the talent that we've got on this team. And I feel fantastic to be a part of it. As much as I drag my feet and fear change, once you finally accept it, there's no stopping us. We all love to race, we love to win, and it's a new chapter, it's a new opportunity, and the sky's the limit.
We thought that stubborn thing was limited to WJ.
No, I think I picked it up from him probably. We're both Minnesotans,
Besides all the changes of the cars, the car, how are you a driver? How did you change versus last year?
Well, that's different too, and they are more tricky to drive right now. We all, as a group, are kind of struggling a little bit with the drivability of the cars, the being able to do the proper burnout, to stage the car properly, real shallow, real smooth. You need to do that in Pro Stock to make good runs. So we're all a little bit off on that part of the game, so it's really tough right now for the drivers. The visibility is better. We don't have a hood scoop to climb around and look around on the starting line, so we can see the tree better. So, there's really no excuses as a driver right now. Once you get that car staged, you should be able to do a good job. So we'll see if we can do that tomorrow and be the first to win the new fuel-injected era.
Anything else for Greg? Nope. All right, thanks, Greg.
Thanks, guys.